Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Dream Driven X. In the last video on Excel series, we discussed about basic essential functions like today, sum, average, max, min and count. If you have any doubt in that content, please click on the above link and watch the previous video. In today's video, we will discuss about basic if function, absolute reference and autofill function. Let us get into today's video with the same example. For today's topic also we are going with the same example which we used in the previous video. The example which we taken is all about online course selling application. So here we have a data set about 4 salesperson and their weekly report. How many sales they have done in the entire month. We have that data. So in the previous week we have worked with the basic examples like finding out the total, average, maximum, minimum and count and finding out the date. So today's date, for example, if you look at the previous video, the date was like 14th October, but when I opened it today, it is showing here as 15th October. So which is done with the help of today function, which will dynamically display the date. So if you are going and updating it manually, we are making it updated every day. If I open tomorrow I have to come and update the date again, which is in a static manner. So I have made it in a dynamic manner here. Now I have all the basic functions. I want to work on another formula. Consider this as a simple function as well. So now what I am going to do here is I will add another data here, which is like salesperson goal. What is the goal of salesperson which is given by the particular company? So I will give here as maybe same data here. So whichever data is here 250. So this is the data which is given by the organization. So each salesperson is given a target of in the particular month they have to achieve 250. So that is the data I had given here. So now I am going to add another column which is target achieved. I'm going to verify whether the target is achieved or not by each person. So I want to track it using a particular function. Here, if you look here, there is only data about 4%. So I can do it manually itself. When I see whether all 4 salesperson have achieved a target which is 250 and they have already achieved. So here I can able to easily find out that they have achieved the target. But if you are going with real time, there will be millions of datas will be there. There sitting and doing it manually is not an easier task. It is an easier task, but it is a time consuming task. So in order to achieve it, I will make use of a particular function called if function. I hope every one of you aware of this function. If you have learned any programming languages like C, C++ or Java, there also you might have made use of this function called if function. So what is this particular function is, if I will be giving a condition, if that condition is satisfied, I will achieve certain things. If the condition is not satisfied, I have to perform another action. The same purpose we are going to do here in Excel as well. So let me go here and I will apply the formula for the first column. If I want to apply the formula, how I have to start it manually, I have to make use of equal to. Equal to, there is a function called if function. That is the function I'm going to make use of it. So let me open the bracket. In this function, I have to pass 3 parameters. You have to remember this. If you are making use of if function, in if function, let me just close this. Let me write it here. If you are making use of if function, inside it you have to pass 3 parameters. First one will be your condition. What is the condition you are going to check? After giving the condition, if that condition is true, what you are going to perform? Action. If it is comma, another function, what you will pass is you will perform action. What action you are going to perform if the condition is false? So this is the syntax of if statement, if function in Excel. If I will be checking a condition, if the condition is true, the first action will perform. If the condition is false, the false action will perform. This is how I have to write the function. So let me write it here. Equal to, what is the function I'm going to make use of is if function. If, let me open the bracket, and what is the condition? So condition is nothing but, so this value H11, if it is greater than or equal to the salesperson goal, so which is this 250. Let me select that particular cell address, which is H8. So this is the condition. If H11, which is this total of Ricky, which is 250, if it is greater than or equal to the salesperson goal, comma, if this condition is true, what is the action I'm going to write here is I will just print pass. We have achieved, comma. If it is failed, if this condition is failed, what is the action I'm going to perform is I will just print it as fail. Now click on enter. Now it is pretty simple. Just by looking at this data, the salesperson goal which is given by the company is 250, and if you look at Ricky, it is 250. So as you already know, the answer will be pass. So now just look at the function here. So let me just point it out here again. If I will be passing three parameter, which I already mentioned, first will be the condition, then pass. If this condition is true, pass will be printed. If the condition is wrong or if the condition is not satisfied, then the fail will be printed. So the answer is pretty simple, pass. Here we have only 4 data. Just by looking at it, you can easily find out. When this function will be most useful is when we have large data set. If there are millions of datas are there, in order to achieve this task in a easier way, you can make use of this function. So now I have to apply this formula, the same formula in all the other salesperson as well. So what I can do is, instead of going and typing the function again and again, there is an autofill function. There is an option known as autofill. So you can simply use that autofill function which we have seen in already in our previous video. What you can simply do is just click on it. Here you can able to see an option pass. So here just click and drag that. So what will happen means automatically the formula will be auto filled there. So let me just click and drag here. So before that, manually let us see what will be the output. Obviously the output should be pass for all the salesperson, because for the first person if it is 250 means for all others it is 250 only. So as per our understanding, the answer has to be pass for all the other salesperson. So let us just click and drag here. So if I just click and drag, yeah, so here, if you look at the output which we are getting is a surprised one, because what we are expecting is the answer should be pass for all the person, but what actually the output we are getting is, in for the third salesperson who is Mark, we are getting as fail. So why we are getting fail? So that is what we will try to look into that right now. Okay. Now let us see why we are getting fail here. So, but actually the output has to be passed here. Now let us discuss why we are getting fail here. So why we are getting fail here is, what we did is, for the first salesperson, the output which we are getting is absolutely right. But for second, third person, the output is obviously it is not correct. Why it is? Because what we did is, after applying the formula in the first cell, what we did is we have just made use of this autofill function. So if I use autofill function in the formula, what is happening means the particular address, cell address is getting changed. If you look here, for the first one, what value I am comparing is H11 which with H8, right? H11 which with H8. For the second person, what should be the formula is H12. Yeah, this is H12 only, which is incremented. and this is comparing with this H9. If you look here, the condition, it has to be referenced with this H8 only. Since we have made use of the autofill function, what it is doing is it is automatically changing the cell address. It is not comparing the correct cell. And if you look at the third one, H13. Yeah, this should be H13 only, because for the salesperson, H11, H12, H13 has to be updated. But this greater than or equal to, it should be H8 only every time. It should not be changed to H11 or H9, H8. It should not be changed. So the condition which we are comparing, it should be only with this 250. It should not be changed to H9 or H10 or anything. It should not be changed. So what I have to do here is, instead of just simply using the autofill function, there is another option known as absolute reference. So when I use absolute reference, what it will do is it will log the cell address. When I use autofill function, it will remain the same address for all the four salesperson. If I use this absolute reference, the value will not be changed. This particular address will be locked. So now let us see how to make use of that absolute reference. So H11, which is this 250, which is the sales person Ricky's total sale which he did in the entire month. So this has to be changed. H11, H12, it has to be changed. But this H8, it has to be remaining constant. It has to be locked throughout. So I have to absolutely reference this particular cell address. So in order to do that, what I need to do is I have to make use of this dollar symbol. So dollar $H, $8. So what does this mean is, this dollar indicates that I'm absolutely referencing this particular cell. So now what I will do is I will make use of this autofill function. Now you can able to easily find out that we are getting the correct output which is required for this particular scenario. So now let me see here. H11 for the first address, for the first formula H11, and this has to be changed H11, H12, because I need to get the second salesperson total sales which he did in the second month. So this has to be changed, but this H8 has to be remaining constant throughout this particular example. So that's the reason why I have made use of this absolute reference, which is making use of this dollar. So now if I come to the second formula, there it is changing as H12, but this H8 is remaining constant there. Similarly, if I look at the third one, H13, and if I go to the last one, H14, since I have made use of this absolute reference for H8, it is not getting changed. So this is what autofill function, if function, and absolute reference. So you have to understand when we have to make use of this absolute reference. So this is very much important when you are working with the large set of data and when you are applying this formula throughout your application. So autofill is very simple. If you want to if you want to, fix the cell address. So this H8 has to be fixed for all the formula, right? H8, it has to be remaining same even for millions of data. So I have to simply log that particular cell using this absolute reference, so which will just fix the cell address. So then you can make use of this absolute reference. So this is the example which I want to explain you in today's video. So which is, in today's video we have talked about three different things. First one is if condition, which is pretty simple. In if condition I have to pass three parameters. First one should be the condition, second one should be the what should happen if the condition is satisfied, and the last one is what should happen if the condition is not satisfied. We have discussed about that. Then we have discussed about autofill function and what is the limitation of autofill function. So then we have got certain issue. That issue has been solved using the absolute reference. So absolute reference, you should understand that what is the purpose. The main purpose is to fit this particular cell, fix this cell address constant throughout the application. So as per our example, H11, H12 has to be changed. So I haven't updated, but this H8 has to be remaining same throughout the application. So I have used the absolute reference. So now what you can do is you can pause this particular video and practice on this example, because this is going to be the same example which we will work for the other set of examples as well. So you can pause the video till this and work whatever we have seen till now. Thank you everyone for watching this video. If you like this content, please like the video, share your thoughts, share it with your friends, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you everyone again, once again, for watching this video.